Maybe you've noticed that Live on Purpose TV has become the positive parenting. But why is that important? What is the importance of positive parenting? Can we discuss that today?
Yeah, let's take that one on.
Vicki, I was just remembering when we were invited to do a television spot.
Yeah.
The interviewer was asking us about the most important job in the world, which is
Parenting.
parenting, of course. We all know that, right?
Right.
The most important job in the world for which we receive the least amount of training and formal education.
It's just amazing how that works out.
And so what is the importance of positive parenting? Think about it. The only training typically that we get for parenting is from our own parents.
The way that we parent often is just a repeat of how we were parented. And really the only important thing about the way we were parented is that it was the way we were parented. There's nothing that says that it was the right or the wrong way.
It's
just what
the
we
only way that
Yeah.
we have. And this creates programming. Just a quick word about programming. We're programmed to think the way that we think, to interact with people the way we interact, to speak the language we speak. We're speaking English. Why? Did we choose that?
We
No.
were programmed.
We were programmed, and whatever language you were programmed with, you didn't pick it. It's just programmed in. And that's what I'm talking about with programming. This is where we learn our first ideas about parenting.
Right.
One of our viewers, part of our positive parenting
Right.
community right here on YouTube, sent us a message that said, I never knew that it was even an option to be positive as a parent. Which blew my mind because that's the only option I can think of. Actually, I can think of other options, but what are they? Either you're going to be positive parenting or you're going to do negative parenting. And that doesn't sound good, does
Right.
it? Let's clarify what positive parenting isn't first, because
Okay.
there are some articles, I've seen some blogs and things that I think are a little misleading. Positive parenting is not just saying that everything's okay
It's okay. My kid can do whatever they want.
with no limits.
That is not positive parenting.
It is not raising free-range children. You know, like the chickens that wander around the islands. That is not what positive parenting is.
Yeah, it's not being overly permissive with our kids.
Right. Or never setting limits.
Right. That's not the positive parenting.
Take that out of there. That is not what we're talking about with positive parenting. So if that's what it's not, what is it?
That's a good question. Tell us
Thank
about
you.
it, Positive Paul.
Positive parenting is about setting appropriate limits, doing it in a kind way, and remembering your job.
Which is
To love them.
no matter,
No matter
what,
what.
and even if. Stereo.
Shall we say it again? To love them no matter what and even if. I don't think we can repeat it too much. And I know that you hear it. If you've been here on the channel very long, you've heard that before.
Right.
That is so important because we get misled sometimes as parents into thinking our job is to make sure that they
Right. Achieve this, do that.
get their room clean, do their homework, treat each other
Right.
nicely, obey me, become a good citizen. As if you have the power to do all of those things. Your job is to love them, no matter what and even if. With that understanding, you can move forward and engage in positive parenting that is completely supported by the research. Now, can I share some research
Right.
as well?
Let's hear it.
Throughout time, this is one of the most consistent findings that we've ever found in psychology. Kids need two things to be happy, well-adjusted, stable, satisfied, successful kids.
Right.
Love.
Which we've talked an awful lot about.
Shall we repeat it? No, we
No.
don't have to. Love and discipline or structure.
You know, you say positive parenting. Well, doesn't that mean I'm not going to discipline my kid? But that's what we're saying is absolutely a vital part of
It
positive
has
parenting.
to be
Yeah,
there.
it has to be there.
Has to be. If you love your kids but don't discipline them, they go goofy on you.
Every time.
If you discipline your kids but don't love them, well, that's the military. That's not parenting.
That's not very fun.
Right. So you have to have both of those. Positive parenting has to incorporate both of those elements in order to be effective. So our dear viewer who sent us the message and said, I didn't even know it was an option. And the lights were going on for her about the possibilities that could happen that were so different from the way she was raised herself.
Different than her programming.
And going back to the programming, we have to acknowledge to ourselves and maybe to each other so that we can support each other appropriately. This is a process. It's not an event. It's not like you can just choose, oh, then I'm going to do positive parenting.
Right. It's a practice.
That's a better word for it.
Right.
It's something that you have to reprogram because whatever's already been programmed into your brain is just going to come naturally to you.
Well, and you're doing the first great step, which is learning about positive parenting.
Right.
Just because you have learned about it and you believe it's a good idea, it doesn't mean that you're perfect at doing it yet. So just keep practicing it. It's going to be something that you have to do over.
Actually.
Yeah.
In fact, we're for it. Making mistakes, trying some things out. Fail, which means
First attempt in learning.
First attempt in learning. Be patient and tolerant with yourself as you do this. The whole reason that Vicki and I put together this parenting power-up is to create an environment where you can actually start to reprogram your brain and start to feel like that positive parent that you really want to be. And that's just one example. There are so many resources out there. Even this community of positive parents that are gathering here at Live on Purpose TV, engage with each other down in the comments. Help and support each other. I've seen so many neat, brilliant things that have been shared by our viewers.
Right.
Down there in the comments, that's where some of this action is happening.
Right.
So get engaged with that. You've got this. There's so much available to you in terms of resources and support. So the importance of positive parenting, let's put this into perspective. It's probably the most important thing we can do for our planet. Is that too profound?
A little bit.
Well, I'm going to stick with it. We referred to the parenting power-up as we were having this conversation, but I didn't tell you how to find it. It's right over there. Do you see the link? And there's one down in the description. parentingpowerup.com. Please join us there. We have become part of your team to be a positive parent, and you're going to experience an increase in your confidence to do just that.